Going on parental leave for us has been a real learning experience. Trying to navigate the EDD website to figure out how much paid time off we're allowed to take off for parental leave was like trying to solve the meaning to life. So it's been through a lot of trial and error that Monica and I finally figured out how much leave we qualify for. And in this video, we're gonna go over the difference between the types of leave that we're allowed to take, how much of that time is paid time off for both mothers and fathers, and how much money we're earning while we're on leave.
So for those of you that don't know us, Jason and I are nurses in Sacramento, California. We moved here hoping to make more money and invest it so we could work less and possibly retire early. So far, we have managed to pay off over $128,000 in 1 year. Our house has appreciated by over $300,000 since we bought it in 2018. And our net worth has also grown by $350,000 since last year alone. If you're interested in following our journey to retiring early, subscribe to our channel and make sure you check out our other videos. Initially, my understanding was that if I were to work until I was 40 weeks pregnant, down to the very last day, I'd have more time off with the baby and not have to go back to work early on.
Yeah.
Right?
But we had no idea up until a coworker of mine told me that she could take off up to 4 weeks before her due date.
So I ended up taking my leave at 37 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was really pushing to work until 40 weeks, but I started getting stressed out and I had trouble sleeping. So I decided to just take this time off to rest and nest.
Yeah. So we're going to tell you guys the experience that we went through before we realized exactly how many weeks we qualify for. It wasn't until a coworker of mine told me that Monica could go on leave up to 4 weeks before her due date that we realized, okay, maybe we're making a mistake. She was already 37 weeks. We immediately emailed HR. She contacted her doctor, and her doctor provided her with a doctor's note letting the HR know that she can actually take off immediately up until 6 weeks after her due date. So if you're having a vaginal delivery, you're actually allowed to take off up to 4 weeks before your delivery date and up to 6 weeks after your delivery date. But if you're having a cesarean section, then you're allowed to take up to 4 weeks before your delivery date and up to 8 weeks after your delivery date. And you will be paid up to 60 to 70% by the state. The next portion of that we just found out about a couple of days ago because we thought that the first portion of Monica's leave was actually baby bonding time, which it is not. So the second portion is the baby bonding time. So after your 4 weeks and your 6 weeks is up, you're allowed to get paid another 8 weeks for baby bonding time, right? So in total, you're gonna have 20 weeks of paid time off by the state for paid family leave, which is disability insurance, and baby bonding time. Another thing you guys need to know is that if you don't take those 4 weeks before the delivery date, then you are going to lose them. So make sure that you take them. Now, this all pertains to the mother's disability insurance and paid family leave. Now, for the fathers out there, you guys can take your paid family leave, which is baby bonding time, for 8 weeks after the baby is born and up to a year after the baby is born. And you are allowed to split that up. So just check with your employer, and your HR department should be able to clarify some of this information with you. One thing that I didn't know initially is that you need 1,250 hours worked in the previous year before you are allowed to take your baby bonding time.
So important.
Yeah.
Because I'm per diem and I thought that this did not apply to me.
Yeah. And the reason why it's so important is because I actually have a coworker who thought he completed 1,250 hours before his son was born, and they asked him to go back to work because they made a mistake and he was 8 hours short of the hours that he needed in order to take baby bonding time.
And the other coworker that you had, she was pregnant, and she didn't realize that she didn't have enough hours and she had to work every day towards the end of her pregnancy.
Yeah, that's true. She was picking up a lot of hours just so she can make up the deficit of hours that she had for the previous year. Another thing you guys need to be aware of is that your disability payments will not kick in immediately. Monica got paid maybe, I think it was like $380 for the
Right.
first week.
Yeah.
It usually takes about 14 days for you to receive a full payment. That's another thing you guys need to be aware of. The sooner you do it, the faster you'll receive full payments. You can also do it retroactively. So like if something happens and you have a premature birth, you can always do it after the birth. But remember, that only pertains to the 6 weeks. You would have lost your 4 weeks if you didn't take them before then.
I lost 1 week.
Yeah, Monica lost 1 week and kind of sucks, but she is actually not gonna go back to work until like July 21st, and all of this is paid. She's been off since March 20 what?
I forgot.
Yeah, she's been off since like March 23rd,
Yeah.
right? March 23rd, because that's also the same day that I started taking off from work. So she's been off since March 23rd, and she does not go back till July 21st, and all of that is paid.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
No, nothing.
Another thing you guys need to know is that if you want to know exactly how much you're going to get paid, you can always go onto the EDD website and calculate your payments. You just got to enter in how much you get paid on a monthly basis, the average. If you don't know exactly, just put the average, and it will tell you what your expected weekly benefits will be, meaning your expected payments on a weekly basis. So the maximum amount that you can receive is $1,347. And that is what both me and Monica are receiving on a weekly basis. But they actually pay out on a bi-weekly basis. So you're not going to be getting a check every week. You're going to be getting a check every 2 weeks. And another thing you can do is instead of getting checks, you can opt out for the debit card. It's a Bank of America debit card, but we chose to opt in for the checks because we can just deposit them directly into our bank account.
I have coworkers who work 24 hours a week that was getting more while they were on leave than their regular working paycheck.
But it's 60 to 70% of your take-home pay. Some people might actually be getting paid more through the disability benefits and the paid family leave benefits than they would have had they been working, because the money that you receive from the state is not taxed. Monica had a coworker who was working about 24 hours on average, and she told Monica that she was getting more money from her state disability and paid family leave than she was from her paychecks at work.
I was actually kind of disappointed when I saw how much I was gonna get weekly, because I work 40 hours a week, and that does not equal what I usually make.
Well, yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, we are still receiving the maximum amount
Still
of
grateful.
disability insurance and paid family leave. So, yeah, honestly, I wish that Monica and I could trade places and I could go back to work on July 21st, but I'm going back to work on June 9th. So I've been off since March 23rd, and I ended up taking some PTO, some paid time off from work, and I added that to my baby bonding time just so I can have some extra time off with the baby. And as you can see, the baby's right here. Right,
He's sleeping.
Right here.
And he's
We're gonna show you guys what the baby looks like.
Oh,
Look at this cutie here.
Oh, he doesn't look cute right now.
I think he just burped.
Did he burp?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Okay.
He dropped his binky.
So this baby has been keeping us extremely busy. It's been really hard recording these videos because we've been attending to the baby. I mean, it's a lot of
And not
work.
only that, we have a teenage daughter.
Yeah,
who
we
does
have
volleyball every day.
we have a big baby that we also have to take care of, and she is playing volleyball almost every single day. So it's been taking a lot of our time. But it's good to be off from work to be able to take care of our kids like that.
Are we going to discuss the different states?
Oh, yeah. Not many states in the U.S. actually have paid family leave. I mean, California is one of the very few. There's probably a handful, and one of them is New York. There's Colorado, there's Connecticut, there's Massachusetts, there's Oregon. There's just a couple of other states. And if you look in the Midwest, almost none of those states actually offer paid family leave. So we're really grateful that we live in California. We have so many benefits here, and you guys can watch our previous videos because we talk about a lot of the other benefits, especially for nurses, that there are in California. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's pretty straightforward. There really wasn't much more information than that we wanted to provide to you guys. But if you have any questions about our leave and We're not professionals in this matter at all, so do not take everything we say word for word.
Yeah.
Please take it with a grain of salt and do your own research. We're just telling you what our personal experience was. But if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment or email us. Our email is in our channel's page. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you really enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want more videos like it, make sure you watch our previous videos to see what it's like to live and work in Sacramento, California as dual income nurses. All right, guys. So that's it. See you guys on the next one. He's so funny.
I wonder what he looked like there. I just realized Lulu's in the background.
That's okay.
And he's licking
know.
himself.